this is me with my YouTube challenge today, and yeah, this is day 5 I think, and today was a pretty mediocre day. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Um, Gained no subscribers for the first time since starting this challenge, which is pretty bad. And I posted one video today, and I think I'm gonna only post one video today instead of doing my number 2 I said I was gonna do for this week. I might catch it later in the week or something, but I'm not gonna say I feel burnt out from the challenge. It doesn't take me that much time to make videos, but like I just feel overall exhausted, and I just want to kind of spend some time on some other stuff. Um, I can't tell you where it's going wrong. Like my video I posted yesterday too, or one of the videos I posted yesterday to guess the European country flag, got 2 video views, which pretty sure both of which were from me myself actually, because it never hit impressions, you know. And hey Toby, and apparently now it has 3 videos, which is interesting. And I guess that's good, I guess, but I'm not entirely sure, not entirely sure where it's going wrong. So yeah, it's been 2 consecutive days of mediocrity for me, and I'm not entirely sure what's going wrong. And I mean, again, I'm posting 365 shorts, so I'm not like I said yesterday, I'm not really overweighing the impact of one day. I think when it is a week of consistently bad performance, maybe it's time to crack open my expector glasses and take a look. But right now, I mean, I'm gonna just keep posting. I thankfully got one post out today, and yeah, this video is kind of it. I wouldn't say it blew up. It only got 51 views, but it has kind of it's kind of it definitely kind of hit its stride a little bit. Again, swipe ratio is pretty bad, so that's disappointing. Likewise with this video kind of hit a stride. This video is slightly older than the other one. Got 100 views in the last 48 last basically day, really. Got most of the views. It had basically 4 views until it had just at the beginning of the day, I think 12 a.m. It had 18 views. Now it has 102. Watch time duration is insane for this, so I'm guessing people are watching this over and over again because they're like, oh darn, how did I not get that word, or like I guess it might be frustrating letting it play through. Swipe ratios for this one are slightly better, but it's not, again, like, it's definitely not being pushed aggressively by YouTube. But I think I'm pretty hopeful about this because the fact it's still being pushed by YouTube this late into the game gives me some hope, because it reminds me of behavior of the video of my 2.2k view video. So yeah, overall it's been a pretty mediocre day. I mean, none of the other videos had performances significant on me to report on. And overall, I'm starting to have doubts about this niche. I've been looking at the behavior of some of the other channels in my niche, and while this genre is easy enough to make, and like it's probably suitable for a 365-day challenge, I think I'm trying to find a confluence of videos that will like not only are easy to make but also like lead to go viral. The swipe through ratios I'm getting right now suggest to me that like I'm lacking on editing, but I don't really know how I can really like spruce up like a quiz channel. I think like I maybe start adding some taking elements. I'm going to start looking at like some the editing styles of more popular quiz creators. But just generally speaking, I'm looking at the perspective from the perspective of viewer. You have like several successive shorts of like funny, viral content, and then you have this quiz which is forces you to think. And one of them is cool. 2 of them might be nuisance. 3 of them is far too many for like a person who's like doing like having like a 3-minute, like a 10-minute like mindless brain rot session. And I mean, one another thing I guess I'm noticing is like a lot of my audience is older than I expected. Really, like let me see if I can go to show you who my audience really is. Um, yeah. So apparently, the biggest demographic comes from basically only 21% of my, not even 21%, but 20.7% of my viewers are under age of 24 years old. Everybody else is just kind of is older, which is like surprising, because I think one some advice that's like really overly peddled on like YouTube Shorts is like basically to target your like channel for making brain rot aimed at like children and teenagers. And whatever your opinions on this, it makes sense for a few reasons, because most people, the people in most time are naturally kids and teenagers who are in school, who don't have jobs, who don't have children, who don't have families to take look over. So what I'm guessing is happening is like, these are people coming home from work, or people just spending their time that would otherwise be spent on their TV just scrolling on YouTube Shorts. And this is interesting to me because like really, it's natural, because it makes sense, because like such a big like like demographic of people. These are people are still like a significant portion of internet users, but like a lot of advice. There's not as much advice on how to captivate them as an audience. Honestly, it's one of the reasons why I made my guess the '90s kid TV show quiz, and it didn't do too well. It only got one view, and I can't even say it wasn't pushed in shorts. It's just more so like it hasn't done well with people. The people it's been like shown in feed to. But I mean, the whole like idea like really has got me thinking. What can I make? How can I make like content that would be like appealing to this audience of people? And I haven't really figured out a good answer yet. It's something I've been kind of do over since I discovered it earlier this day. Because like really, if I'm to reach my goal of getting a play button in 1 year, I need a few videos that will reach a few million views. Like or at least have a niche that will consistently give me 100,000 or 60ish thousand plus on a short. With the metrics I'm getting right now, both with swipe ratios, and I think like my average view time durations are actually getting better and better. But just swipe ratios in general, I will never get there. Like I will never get there. I've spoke about the Pareto principle a little bit yesterday, but even then, with that, I still have to like pay attention to you know like editing, swipe ratios and whatnot. And basically, I think it's just a fundamental limitation of the genre, because like I would do some sort of study right now on like just like how niches like certain niches behavior, but like I think right now like I just don't know if the quiz niche is like the best for it really. Yeah. And I'm trying to just figure out how I can like exist in that kind of like find a space which is simultaneously easy to make, because I'm trying to do a daily challenge, or at least mostly daily, and um also like has a high propensity for going viral. I don't know if quizzes are easy to make, but they don't necessarily have a high propensity for going viral, because like I said, really, if you see a quiz and you might be like, you might enjoy one of them, but you definitely won't enjoy a lot of them. um and they also kind of make you think. And if you're just trying to, you have like a brain rot, you're trying to have a brain rot session, you might not be trying to think. So like it's just one of those things. So yeah, I mean that's where I stand on this channel right now. I won't make any like significant niche changes at the moment, but really it is something that's probably going to be on my mind. Right now I only have 12 shirts, right? But I think if I go to my overarching like analytics, I am not entirely sure like this has the best chance of going viral. Um, Ironically, the video that has done the best is my guess the country from flag quiz in terms of average view duration, right? And guess the cities from the first two letters quiz. The more, and I think another thing I'm really noticing here is like the more pop culture stuff does not do as well as like the more educational stuff. That's one thing I'm definitely realizing. Watch time is noticeably like worse, and like um it's noticeably worse, and like it's just like not like, and swipe through ratios are definitely lower. I think like people do actually like to think, and I think I probably will like start to like kind of steer my content in that direction, at least just for the time being, and maybe try put through at one pop culture. But my like guess the logos one, that one only got. Let's see if I can find that. This one only got 93 views. Um, my guess the fruit quiz only got 20. My This one was like interesting because this was focused on a particular region, but it still kind of did pretty mediocrely. And I think I attribute it just to the fact that like it was focused on a fairly unpopular continent, which is Africa, and not a lot of people know about a lot about our interest in Africa. So like like people were probably more inclined to skip it than say for Asia or Europe. And I probably, unfortunately, Europe won't flop, but that I think that's just because it was never really given a chance to begin with, rather than like any like bias with it. But one thing I'm definitely noticing is just like like more kind of less educational content, or like not educational but less academic subjects tend to do worse in terms of view duration, which is very interesting to me. My worst performing video, excluding the Africa quiz, is the fruits quiz and my logos quiz. My best one is the guess the country from flag quiz, and guess the cities also hit that 70% hump. These are the biggest two videos with over 100 views to have hit that up. Another video I guess that has like kind of hit that hump too is like, let me see if I can find it. Now the antonyms thing, and this has definitely been a slow burn, but like definitely like in terms of like analytics, this one has also had a really fairly decent like average view duration. Now the view duration has definitely come down. It's now 43 seconds, which just puts it, I guess, close to 70%, if not more than 70%. Yeah, 86%, which is just still phenomenal. So I definitely do have some hope for this one, just because like it hasn't completely died off yet. It just got 3 views in the last hour, 5, 6, 7, 10, and it just had its best day. A little 2 days after it was published, which I think is pretty great. It's pretty great, and it hasn't seemed to lose steam yet. So I think for this, I think I'm gonna try to steer that channel to a more academic focus, and just like try to do more like brain teaser type questions, and just like, and instead of like just trying to do pop culture for now. Again, like I said, I just think like it's easy. It's hard. It's easier to forget, but I only have 12 shirts right now. It's like whatever data, and some of the shirts haven't even hit algorithm yet. So like, or didn't really hit algorithm. So like, the data I do have is not like that comprehensive. Like, it's one thing to like be doing analysis on like 365 shorts and seeing what worked, what didn't, but it's not really, really fun. It's not really serious to be doing it with like only 12 shorts, most of which were some of which are still like kind of cooking up, but definitely, that's kind of where I stand right now. So like, one is like, I will probably change the content up for the time, change the content up, at least start doing more geography, start doing more like academic type stuff, really less like pop culture. I might do like one odd pop culture video just to see how that performs, but like I have definitely seen like a difference in like performance for like more academic and pop versus pop culture stuff. My like 90s quiz one, which I thought would do well, has not really done well, unfortunately. Um, and like I'm also just contemplating like like a switch in niche. Like I just think like really kind of like I just think like I just don't know if quizzes is the best way to reach 100,000, because like I just think like to reach 100,000 with shorts you really need a video that like blows up, like, and by blows up I mean gets millions of views. um I don't know if shorts will give me that. I could get a few. I think I definitely have it in me to get a few thousand views on a video, but like the hundreds of thousands to millions, I don't think it'll come as a result of shorts. I just don't think, like, you know that's how I'll get it. um so yeah, that's pretty much it for today, guys. I'm not going to make any hasty decisions yet, just because like it is still early, very much early days, and I just think this is what, day 5 of the challenge. So this is my 5th day of like basically committing to posting daily. And it is a bit concerning that 2 out of 5 of those days have been like so lackluster. But I think it's the thing about doing any endeavor is like you'll have bad days, you have good days. You have days where you want to, where YouTube will be showing you so much love, and you have days where like it seems like you cursed out the YouTube CEO on camera, and then you posted it. Well, posted it to Twitter. Well, adding the YouTube support account. But I just think like, and they decide punish for you. But I just think, like I said, it's just really luck. It's kind of luck. But I will still try and do some study, because like ultimately, I think it's definitely luck based. But I think I also, to see it from perspective of YouTube, is that like every bad video served to its YouTube is YouTube to its to users is costing YouTube money. So like, even, and YouTube is trying to sort through thousands, hundreds of videos posted every minute, potentially thousands, and trying to find potentially viral content to be served to its YouTube, viewers. So if it finds like content that like is good, in the sense like the numbers are good, it will want to it will continue to like push that to users, and to viewers and whatnot. So like, as much as it's luck, it's definitely still skill. It's definitely still a game of like becoming a better editor, becoming better at like choosing topics and that are appealing to viewers. It's about like it's about like picking the best time to upload. So like you know so it's just thinking that way. Like it's a significant part of its luck, which is why I said which is why I think like a year challenge like this is a good idea. But also, like, YouTube is YouTube quite literally loses money when it serves a bad video to its viewers, because like now that viewer is more likely to swipe up and go to a different app, perhaps TikTok, perhaps Instagram, and give ByteDance or Facebook revenue instead. That viewer might, because now that viewer spending less time on YouTube than they otherwise would. So because they want just watch a crappy video, so naturally YouTube has a very strong incentive to like pick out the best videos. Like, so it kind of, because like really, I missed all the like like debate and whatnot about if YouTube is a meritocracy or not, or like if it's luck based, if it's skill based or something. I think really it's luck based. It's luck based, definitely, for sure. But it's luck based in the sense like some people are going to naturally be better editors than others. Some people are going to naturally pick better niches that are like are more appealing to a wider range of YouTube viewers initially. Some YouTubers are going to some people are just going to get lucky, in the sense like they have the time to post time and resources to post like 30 high quality short slash videos a month, versus one, versus 5, and those are 30 shots that may have gone versus one. And but good thing though is like over time you can really increase your taste of it, increase your taste, you can increase your skills, you can increase like really the skills that like go into becoming a competent good YouTuber. And like, thankfully, unlike a lot of other endeavors, YouTube gives you plenty of signals to do it. So, and do it via the analytics tab. If you can read your analytics and you can like identify where it's going wrong, like you have a skill that like puts you ahead of so much of competition. I mean, literally. And I I mean, like I said, it's one reasons why, because I mean, I don't want to like already have be switching, because but like I definitely I like will say like I'll probably give it a few more weeks. I'll probably continue to make more changes with regards to editing style and like just topics picked, because I definitely think like those are probably the two biggest influencers in determining what video gets picked or what video doesn't get picked. And I hope, like, I truly hope, like I said, I can like figure out something that like at least brings consistent ish success to my shorts channel. But anyway, guys, I won't yap your head off. I think like I there was not really much to update you guys on, but like I said, these aren't just like videos to give you updates, but really just to share my philosophy. And I'm also just curious. I just also want to like show how my thinking will probably evolve throughout the series. How I think right now on day 5 will probably be how very different from how I think on 305, when I have much more experience. Just like, and I hopefully have more viral videos, and I have like more like data to work with, and I can identify more trends, and I get more experience at it. Because like everything, I just believe I believe YouTube is a game that you can get better at, and you can get more skilled at, you can get luckier and better at. So like yeah. But again, I hope you guys have a good night. I hope you guys if you guys have a sunny day where you guys are located, please go outside. If you don't, stay in, stay and yeah. Have a good week, y'all. Peace. This is day 5 of YouTube challenge.